Now here we are going to start with the next topic, group dynamics. What is group? Group is something where two or more persons who work together for a common goal or a common objective. Two or more persons who are interacting with one another in such a manner that each person's influence and is influenced by each other. And now comes the group dynamics. Group dynamics is concerned with the interaction and forces between group members in a social situation. A general model of group dynamics. Features of group. Two or more persons. To form a group, there should be at least two persons because a single individual cannot interact. There is no limit on maximum number of persons in a group, but the size of the group will be determined by rules and regulations of the organizations or meaningful interaction among the members in the case of informal group. Next is collective identity. Each member of the group must be aware about their membership of the group. It is the awareness of each member that most clearly differentiates a group from an aggregation of individuals. In case of aggregation, they ordinarily are not aware of one another, or if aware, do not interact with each other in a meaningful way. Next is interaction. Interaction means that each member shares his ideas with others through communication, and this communication can take place face to face, in writing, over the telephone, across a computer network, or in any other manner which allows communication among group members. Shared goal interest. When we talk about a group, people work together for a common goal. They have a shared goal to work for. Now comes the types of groups. First is primary and secondary group. Primary groups are where something intimate, face-to-face association and cooperation. The membership is small and is based on intimate relationship. Example, family, friendship groups or neighborhood groups. Secondary group, more formal, general and remote. Members of the secondary group may not have any interest in the problems and pleasure of others. Intimacy, continuous interaction and cooperation may not found in secondary groups. The second is membership and reference group. Membership group, one-to-one, which an individual really belongs. Reference groups, one with which the individual identifies or to which he would like to belong. He would like to participate in that whose norms are more attractive and gratifying. The third is command and task group, composed of subordinates who report directly to a common superior. This type of group is determined by organization chart. Example, production manager and his subordinates. Task group, comprised of the employees who work together to complete a particular task or project, usually formed to solve a problem or perform an activity that involves a number of organizational units. Membership of the task group may extend beyond the hierarchical command of a superior. The fourth is in-groups and out-groups. In-group represents a clustering of individuals holding prevailing values in a society, or at least having a dominant place in social functioning. It can be majority, or it may represent the power structure with its pattern of behavior. Outgroups, conglomerate looked up as subordinate or marginal in the society, usually referred to as the minority group, even though in certain instances it may represent a numerical majority. Next is interest groups and friendship groups. Interest groups, people who may or may not align into common command or task. Groups may affiliate to attain a specific objective with which each one is concerned. Example, employees who band together to have their vacation schedule altered to support a peer who has been fired. Friendship groups often develop because the individual members have one or more common characteristics. Example, group of people having same age or having attended the same college or holding of similar political views. Next is formal groups and informal groups. Formal groups are created and maintained to fulfill specific needs or tasks which are related to the total organizational mission, consciously and deliberately created. Formal groups may be permanent or temporary. Informal groups created in the organization because of operation of social and psychological forces operating at the workforce. Member grade such as groups for their own satisfaction. The general framework of organizational rules and regulation does not regulate their work. Now comes the functions of groups. Working on a complex and independent issue, generating new ideas, serving liaison or coordinating function, facilitating the implementation of complex and decision. Now next is, why do people join a group? Most popular reason for people who join a group is proximity, interaction and influence, security, esteem, affiliation, power, identity, and informal get-together. Next comes the determinants of group behavior. Group member resources, external performance conditions imposed on groups, group structure, group processes, group tasks, and group satisfaction. These are some factors which are the determinants of group behavior. First is external conditions. A group is a subsystem of a formal organization. All elements of the organization will have their influence on a group. Such as element includes organizational strategy, authority structures, formal regulations, organizational resources, procurement of personnel, performance appraisal and reward system, organizational culture, physical work setting. So that's it for this lecture. Now further we'll discuss in the other lecture.